and large organizations that say, Gary, could you do this? And I have a trouble saying no.
Rogers Television, local man.
There, congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
You know, it was wonderful. When I was talking to Elizabeth Bonking from the KW Humane Society, she said, volunteer doesn't even begin to describe what Tracy does for us here. She does so much more and is so passionate about the work that she does. Maybe you can explain for us how you came to the KW Humane Society and what you do there.
I started there almost 2 years ago, and I actually started after I had to put my second dog down, and my parents said, you better get your fill somewhere else because we're not getting another dog. So a friend of mine was actually volunteering at the Humane Society and said, why don't you come in? And I had my reservations because I'm very sensitive, and everyone was like, oh, you're going to be sad all the time. But I went in and I was hooked immediately. Just the environment is very upbeat, and the staff is fantastic, and I'm not just saying that. They don't pay me, so I'm not just saying that. But it's a wonderful place to spend your time if you have time, and the animals are fantastic, and you get to deal with such a wide variety of things when you're there that I just love it.
And that's one of the things, you've really dove right into this position, and it's become much more than just helping out with the dogs, helping out with the cats, the animals as they come in, but you've really taken on some key leadership roles when it comes to working with some of the other volunteers that are there as well.
Yes, well, what we do find is we do have a large core group of volunteers. We get a lot of students in that do their community or their high school time and things like that. But Kathy, who is there, who's the volunteer coordinator, she can't possibly manage, you know, the 400 plus volunteers that we have. So what I do is basically just help out in the evenings and on the weekends, just spotting the new volunteers and trying to help them. Sometimes the staff, well, not sometimes, the staff is always very, very busy. It's a very high-paced environment, and there's not always someone to ask if you have a question. So, you know, Elizabeth had mentioned, and I feel the same way, that, you know, there's nothing worse than going somewhere and wanting to help out and not knowing what to do. So I kind of spot the ones that don't look like they know what to do, and, you know.
Say, hey, here's an idea for you.
Yeah, do the laundry. But, you know, I want to help with the staff and make sure that everyone, when they come in there, they have a great experience when they're in there. I think that I found it a really wonderful experience just being there. You know you're doing a good thing, and I want everyone to have the same experience that I have had, and I think that's helping.
Well, and it's kind of like our hope at Rogers when we have our volunteers in. We want them to get something out of it. We really do, and we want it to be a learning experience, and we want them to go away feeling good. But so often, what they bring to the table makes such a difference for us that you couldn't imagine them not being there. And it's just, it's amazing. It truly is the difference of what you give back to us. It seems to be so much more than what you're getting in return.
I would disagree with that. Just being an animal lover, and I get so much out of it, just being there, that I feel kind of guilty getting these, you know, it's very, very nice to be appreciated, but you know, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, I'm there for the animals, and I really do.
You don't do it for the awards, you do it for the love.
No, the award was very nice, but I do it for the love, yes.
Well, one of the things that you did as part of your award, and I don't know whether you put the video together, knowing that you were going to receive this award, but you put together, it's about a 3-minute long video, and it just shows some of the animals who've been adopted from the Humane Society. Just tell us a little bit about that.
I did it mainly because we've gone through a lot of changes at the shelter, staffing changes, volunteer changes, and you know, with change comes stress, and everyone's running around when they're in there. And like I said, for me, at the end of the day, it's all about the animals and making sure they go to a good home. And the staff spends so much time working with these animals to get them adoptable, you know, to try and make sure they go to the best homes. And So I just had the idea, very, very amateur little video to put together. Just a bunch of pictures of all the animals that have been adopted, just as a gift to the staff, that they could sit down at the end of the day and say, that's what I'm here for.
Well, it was quite a gift, and we're seeing some of the animals now that are featured on the video and when they were adopted. I remember some of the faces coming into our daytime studio and being part of the show. But when you talk about you did it for the staff there, this was shown, first of all, at your annual meeting in May.
Yes.
And I remember the reaction from some of the staff who were in tears watching this, thinking, but they were tears of happiness because they remember each and every animal that comes through your doors.
Yes.
And remember them so lovingly, that when to see that they've gone on, they've got these forever homes now, that you've done your job. That's exactly what you're there for.
Yeah.
Well, all of the humane societies around the area are looking for volunteers like Tracy, and there are a number of different ways that you can volunteer. There's the number to call for your local humane society to see how you can help out. Everything from, you know, what Tracy does and working with other volunteers to walking a dog. Get there in the summertime and enjoy walking a dog, or helping to clean, or just taking care of the animals, cuddling a kitten, foster families, you name it. There are a lot of opportunities there.
There's a real wide range of activities that you can do, and you know, I do dishes, laundry, all the fun stuff you have to do at home.
That sounds exactly like what I do at home with my animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're an animal lover, it's fantastic. Even if you just have, I'm really trying to recruit adults coming out, and I know people have families, children's responsibilities. Everyone has responsibilities, but even if you take an hour out of your week and come in and play with a kitten or a dog that might need a little bit of social interaction so that they're a little bit more able to go home with people, you know, they appreciate it. And one more thing I wanted to quickly comment on is just, you know, if you're uncertain, if you're afraid you might be a little bit, you know, it's a depressing environment, it's a shelter, they're all sad because you've seen those commercials, just come in and take a look around. It's I guarantee you it's a different experience than what you anticipate.
And there you go, from somebody who volunteers and knows. So give your local Humane Society a call. They'd certainly love to see you come out and help, and just enjoy those animals and enjoy the time together. Thanks for joining us, Tracy.
Thank you very much.
We're going to be back with more in Daytime in just a moment.